All right, we're making tea with our new micro brewer. We have filled the little K cup there with some ground dandelion root, and now it's time to brew it.
Yeah, so with this, you're just gonna put this piece in. This is kind of what sucks the water up. This is so cool because instead of like a lot of coffee makers that have to have a different water reservoir, you can use this for coffee or tea or for even boiling water, and it keeps it kind of condensed to just one area because because of this piece. And so I'll show you how that works. So you just set this inside and you want to twist it until it clicks. And then you're just going to put the this thing here. There's also this attachment if you want to use like a K cup or something. And then you just close the top of this, and we want that to snap down. On the lid here, you're going to have just your different like light, medium, strong for your coffee brewing or tea in this case. You have the ability to boil and then the cleaning setting. And then this right here is a button you can press if you want it to be bold when you're making your coffee. Another thing to note is that you can see I only have it up to the 12-ounce line here. That's your max line for coffee or tea. You can use the rest of this if you're boiling. So that's why I have it set at the max line. And then I'm gonna go ahead and change this one to strong this time for this set of tea. And then you just put it on the base unit here that's plugged in. And you're gonna see that that lights up in blue. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try bold this time. And so the little indicator comes on. Oops, I need to do that again. I lifted it off the electricity. So it's still set to bold once I put it back on there. And then I'm just gonna click brew. And then this is gonna take a couple minutes. What you're gonna see is the heating element is down here on the bottom, and it's gonna start to like heat the water. The glass will steam up some on the inside. And then what happens is it's gonna start to suck the water up through this back part. It wouldn't do that if it was just on the boiling mode. It's just doing that for coffee or tea, and it's running the water through the cup that's in the top. So I thought at first maybe it would suck all the water out and then start to deliver it through the top, but it actually continues like moving it through. So I'm guessing it moves it through more times for like a stronger brew. And so after the water gets hot and it starts sucking it up is when we'll start to see the like color of the water change from whether it's tea or coffee. This will be a little more lightly colored than coffee since we're doing the dandelion root. So now it's started to boil, and you'll see the color of the water is starting to change because it's like filtering through at this point. So yeah, this has been super helpful. One of the things I like about this, I live in a really small space. We have just such limited space, but also it's great for the camper van that we have. So you're able to take this with you on the road really easily. Mainly just because it's so compact. You don't need a ton of extra space, and it gets the job done. I really like that it's multifunctional too as a kettle, or for making coffee and tea. It's pretty awesome. So you see that color continues to change, and it's just continuing to cycle the water through. When it first starts to suck the water up, it only drops down from like to right between the 12 and the 10 ounce. So a lot of the water is staying here and then just cycling through. And then as soon as this is done, we will pour this cup of tea. Another important note is that you don't want to get this top part wet. Like you don't want to run that under running water because that is where everything digital is. So you just want to clean out the inside, of course pop out the pod and the little thing that I twisted in the beginning, the thing that pulls the water up. Those two you can take out and hand wash, and then just hand wash the pot itself. It's pretty simple to do. All right. We are done. And there we have a really nice cup of tea.
Cheers.